What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of GameSlean TV. This is GameSlean Weekly for April 24th, 2014. Up tonight, we've got news of the week, of course, and then later on in our reviews, we're talking about The Wolf Among Us episodes 2 and 3. So let's get to it. First up, it's time for the news. At an event yesterday, Activision announced the next generation of Skylanders titled Skylanders Trap Team. The newest addition to the game this time is a Pokemon-esque feature where over 40 of the game's villains can be captured using crystals spread across the 8 elements. Once captured, these characters can be brought back into the game as good guys, fighting alongside the Skylanders Trap Masters. The game will also offer 50 new Skylanders, as well as support for all 175 of the previous Skylanders, and will release this fall on Xbox One and 360, PlayStation 3 and 4, Wii and Wii U, and 3DS.
What about
the kids are addicted to these things, man. I don't know.
Well, that's the idea. It's just like
them and our pal Robert Welkner, right?
Well,
yeah,
it's the pogs of this generation.
Yeah,
that's all.
He's Garbage Pail Kids. They made a show out of it because it was a thing to sell. What else?
Yeah.
Voltron, Transformers, GoBots.
Turtles.
There were Ghostbusters.
You're just naming all these franchises.
But this is the same thing.
It's the same thing. You're right. It's all stuff made.
They're like,
made
okay,
to sell
instead of
toys.
making, and there'll be a TV show eventually. My son plays with Chima.
I don't even know what that is.
And those are Legos, and that's a show.
What?
That's a show, and there's a game. It's it's the same thing. Somebody's raking in the money, and then Disney was like, we have the same thing, Disney Infinity.
I mean,
So,
they have like all those little
the new
collectibles
addition is that they're adding in a capture ability, so it's a little bit like Pokemon now.
you got to collect them all. There's a bunch of them. You
Gotta collect them all.
You know, that's more dollars.
Built that rare shit. You can't even find them in the store. Buy them. You gotta go on eBay and pay $500 for that shit because they make like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, Electronic Arts announced that Dragon Age Inquisition will be releasing on October 7th this year. In this latest Dragon Age title, you'll be playing as a character called the Inquisitor, and BioWare says along with your friends, you will have to save the land of Thetis from threatening forces. Man, F Dragon Age.
F Dragon
I could
Age.
not care any less about this game. Mass Effect is the preferred BioWare
Not anymore.
property, all right? So whatever, Dragon Age.
Dragon Age 1 was awesome. You didn't even
It
play
was.
it. It
I
was
saw it, but I didn't even play it.
I played it all the way
Tons of
through.
bugs, not any
There were
fun.
no bugs in that game.
You
You're
didn't
not
even
even
play
sorry.
it.
Are you sure? I don't know.
The
I
second
heard it had
the second
issues,
game?
dude.
Probably were.
But first game was
How do you
First
know?
game.
Because I played the crap out of it.
Well, let's see.
It's like right below Witcher. That's how good it is.
I liked it a lot
I
too.
don't know.
It's
Really?
got that same sort of like Skyrim feel to it, but it's
well, it's
set
like
up differently.
It's not like open sandbox.
Right.
It's like open. It's like a high fantasy type world
Right.
with like dragons and elves and
Yeah, yeah.
dwarves and magic.
Yeah, it's got a lot to it.
Magic.
And there's a lot of storyline stuff, a lot of
I love magic.
a lot of
Magic.
options. You can have
Yeah, it's very customizable.
You can get a significant other, and you
can.
can you can lay with he or she.
Okay, yeah.
It's basically actually that's what it is. It's like Mass Effect, basically.
Well, yeah, especially if you play the console version, because
Yeah.
that game it always plays like the over the shoulder view. So I know Nick played it on consoles. I played it on PC, and
played
the
it.
console version, it's strictly over the shoulder, so it looks just like Mass Effect. If you play on a computer, you get a top-down isometric view, like a strategy game or like Baldur's Gate.
And that's
or
what
the
they're
Icewind
bringing
Dale
back
games.
with the new one.
Yeah, well,
The second one went somewhere. I think they had a different publisher.
I
or
don't
something.
know what the second one. I don't know.
I didn't like it. I played it for an hour, and I was like, "What did they
like-
do? They screwed it up."
It
And
wasn't
was
the
like,
worst thing ever. But it was just. It was just not good.
I didn't like it.
Never got into it.
So, well, I'm excited about the new one.
I'll probably play the new one.
The new one.
This is like the
looks
official
solid.
second to the first one.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, they're pretty much like. They're not saying it directly, but all those dudes at BioWare basically without saying it directly are saying this is not going to be a crap fest like the second game.
It was an obvious bomb.
Yeah, well, it happens. BioWare, they're a shade of their former self.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
That's true. Yeah, well, it's the EA effect, but we'll see. I'll say this. I mean, the graphics, from what I saw from the stills they released and the video,
It's coming out on all the new systems.
It does look decent, so we'll see. I probably won't have time for it, but whatever.
I'll just take
We'll
time
see.
off of work.
GameStop is in the news this week. During a presentation at GameStop 2014 Investor Day, CEO Paul Raines detailed a plan for what he says is a new phase of the company's lifespan that will see it aggressively expand its footprint into gaming-adjacent tech fields. To that end, GameStop has reportedly set its sight on mobile platforms, and GameStop's own brand like Spring Mobile and Simply Mac will begin a period of significant expansion. GameStop will also be closing around 130 of their retail locations. Here's another one. Whatever. These guys are going to swirl the dream. Retail in general is dying. It's being killed off by Amazon and all the online big boys. So, whatever. I've stepped foot in GameStop, not in the last few years, but I've been in there before. I've never bought anything in there. Forget those clowns. I'm tired of the freaking gutted disc cases. What else do they do? The used game prices. Forget it.
And unless you're getting a big AAA title new, like you have to have it reserved. Bravely Default. First of all, let me just talk about my
like
crappy
one copy
GameStop.
for every store.
Yeah, so Bravely Default,
Good luck trying to
game
buy
that came
that in
out earlier this year on the 3DS fantasy RPG, like Final Fantasy. So it wasn't like the biggest release, but enough where like it was hard to find. So I went to GameStop and I was like, "Do you guys have Bravely Default? I really want to play it." And the dude, it's like some skinny younger kid, just lots of acting and stuff. And he was just like, no, we don't have any. And he's searching. He's like, "Well, I can order one from the warehouse." And I was like, "It take 10 days to deliver."
Yeah, you do that.
And I was like, 10 days? And I was just like, so instead of just being like, "No, I'm all set and leave," I was trying to be friendly, and I was just like, "No, man," I was like, "I need this game today. I've been dying to play it." You know, you'd think as a human being, as a fellow gamer, you'd be like, "Oh, dude, I understand. You just kind of did this." Okay. I was just like, and I went to Target and they had a copy there.
He was probably like, well, there goes my commission.
course. It is funny they had it at Target, though.
Yeah.
And wrapping things up this week, we've got a new Evolve trailer. Now, we had a chance to check this one out at PAX, but we weren't able to share any gameplay footage. Now 2K has released a new trailer, so let's check it out. All right, so here it is.
What is this? Brute Force?
Josh actually played this game, so Josh actually knows
so
this.
Nick and I
should
both
look
played
familiar,
this.
right?
Yeah, this is my view. I played as the monster.
Well, I'm going to find those guys, I'm going to pound them.
No, what you do is you run away. You spawn 20 seconds before the team spawns.
So
see how that ring goes out? That ring going out is him smelling the environment, and as you do that, you can see through rocks.
Tell me about these
so what you do is
little guys you can eat and level up.
You eat them to level up. They're just nature around this alien jungle that you live in. So you eat them, and then you can level up.
What's that shadow thing?
That was him eating it. It's dead.
All right.
It changes color. Now this is more Nick's perspective. I don't know exactly which character he is playing as.
I don't care, dude. We're playing this.
This game is going to be so much fun.
When this comes out, we're playing this, and this is going to be the grudge match of
It's going to be so awesome.
So now what?
He's still going around. He's looking around for stuff to eat. So what you can do is you get upgrade points from the beginning, right when you start out, and there are 4 different skills that you can level up. You got fire breath, you've got a jump, you've got a charge, and something else. I can't remember what it is.
So this whole time, too, the other characters are running around trying to find you, right?
Yeah, and there are other animals that are even bigger than the Evolve monster. This is Goliath. I think you play as different monsters.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of monsters.
Yeah. So you got to watch out for other things that can actually kill you as the monster, too, and the people chasing him.
Now, before you drop in, does the game just randomly select who's going to be the monster, or do you get to decide?
I think you can choose from the beginning. I don't know because it was set up for us, so it's hard to say. So you can hide, and as you level up, you find a quiet spot to level up, and you can jump higher, you go faster, you get more powerful. They couldn't find me, so I got all the way to the 3rd level, and I was already set up. So now he's sneaking on him, smashes him. Now he's taking out a guy right now. So here's this perspective that I have. You've got this over-the-shoulder perspective. But from this guy's perspective, when he runs into the monster's huge. Different characters can do different things. So the trapper, and you have a rock throw. So as you get skill points, you can upgrade.
I'm just going to sit in the back and throw rocks at you.
So look, he's pretty big. He's coming at you. He's freaking huge. I don't know. This game is going to be really fun to play. And
Was that the plasma rifle from Time Splitters?
BFG.
yeah, there's a now he's got a beam going into him. There's a trapper that can kind of slow down like a harpoon gun. You can also set up a virtual ring or arena where like you fire out some kind of pod or whatever, and it sets up a force field, and the monster can't get away. And then you force him into fighting you guys.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
It's really fun to play.
So it's just like it's multiplayer only.
It's multiplayer only because everybody's controlled individually. And, you know, it's co-op and versus at the same time, which is kind of cool. 4-on-1. I mean, I could see that it could get sort of boring after a while, but you'll get a good couple months out of this game, especially if you've got a bunch of people
Especially
to
if you
play
have
with.
friends.
Yeah, if you've got friends to
Well,
play
I'm
with
out.
it.
Well, I'm
Like, I'm kind of counting on.
well.
I'm kind of counting on you guys getting this game so that we can play it, because otherwise, I don't know how I would play it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we'll
there's
get
no
it.
And it's
other way,
only
really.
Try and
next
get it
gen
set
and
up
PC,
here. Yeah,
so
we'll
I'm
try
kind
and
of
get
screwed.
something set here, definitely.
So-
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
It looks like, I mean, the graphics look really, really good.
Yeah,
It's
they look
definitely
great.
next gen.
Very smooth. The action was really clean, and you know, I totally wasted Nick.
Well, it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't usually win in video games, so it was kind of funny to be playing like in a public arena almost at PAX and then actually winning.
Well, Nick was probably asleep.
Nick's like, this isn't Mass Effect.
I don't know. I can't replay this game.
The funny thing is, we were actually waiting for you guys because you and Steve were going to play, and then we couldn't find you, so Nick and I just were like, all right, we'll go.
Well, the thing with Nick is he's probably
Yeah.
holding like the controller upside down.
We played it on Xbox controllers.
PCs, right?
Yeah, we had
Oh,
Xbox
you did have
controllers.
Xbox controllers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nick was probably overwhelmed because there was so much electricity inside the convention
He
center.
doesn't have any of that.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of that at home.
I feel like this one came out of nowhere. Like, we didn't know anything about this until we hit the show floor, or at least I didn't. Did you hear something about it before, Jeff?
Yeah, I've
They-
been reading up on it. You know, I feel like it was a Game Informer article where they kind of first broke the news on this game.
Game Informer.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I believe
Dude,
you
isn't
did,
that supposed
yeah.
to, isn't that GameStop's magazine?
Yeah, what are you doing reading that filth, Jeff?
It's $10 for a year. I get 12 issues.
It's
It
the,
is-
mo-
it
it's
is-
the
they
most
wrote
pop-
you
it's the
in.
most popular one at the moment, dude, isn't it? EGM is dead.
Yeah.
What else is there?
I mean,
There's GamePro.
Well,
He
you
needs
know
to
what it
read.
is. You know what it is probably just the
Yeah,
whole
if
tablet
anybody
thing.
reads a video game magazine in 2014, they're an idiot.
Great.
Let's put it this way: they're going to be a little behind because it's a monthly
yeah.
periodical, and you've already found
Yeah.
this stuff.
Not
out
to
on the
diverge
internet.
too much, but I like to have it when I'm reading at work, just like something to side. Most of
Something
the time,
nice to look at, flip
yeah.
through.
So when like someone's yelling at me about their insurance, I'm just going and I'm reading about Evolved. That's how I learned about it.
yeah,
Wow.
That's true. So they do tend to get certain particular stories.
I don't know what this red bar is on the bottom because that wasn't on there
I think that's
when we were playing. Now there's an alternative goal for the monster, as far as I know. The guy told me, like, you have a little coach with you to show you how to play and tell you what to do. And he said, okay, so it looks like they haven't found you, and you're already evolved all the way up. So the next thing is you can go and find the generator and smash the generator and then basically win the level. Which is when they found me. I think what happened was they're like, oh, we can't find him. He's going to evolve eventually, so you guys should probably get back to the generator because that's where he'll go. And then everybody was just in
I
there.
thought that was funny when you were explaining that because it sounded like that's what they did, right? They were just all holed up over there, so you got there and then they were screwed anyways because
I was
you were already
completely souped up.
You were already leveled up, so they had no
And the
chance.
funny thing is, the one thing that's sort of funny is, see how he's throwing rocks? He's on a platform right now, and you can pull rocks out of like machinery. It's just it's a little unrealistic in that sense, but it doesn't matter because you just haven't.
I liked it too. It was friggin' hilarious because I was standing behind the barricade and then you did whatever, like you destroyed the generator, right? And it just says defeat and like just the whole thing just blowing up and they were all dead.
Yeah, well, I killed them all first, and it's kind of nice having the coach. He's like, all right, so what you want to do is don't split up your damage, just kill one guy at a time. And I was like, okay. Because basically you want to break up the teamwork because they need the medic to keep them alive. They need the trapper to keep me from going anywhere or slow me down. They need the other guy to deal damage. So
Yeah,
whoever's in front of me,
if you
I just
divide them and cut them
pummeled
down.
I just smashed them. Just like that move is what I did a lot. Just smash, 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 you know.
It makes me think of, and I've heard the comparison before, but the tank from Left 4 Dead, like this. Like
Well, it's the same guys, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, it's the same team who did that. So you can definitely tell, like, as far as like working like that, it's kind of like familiar ground with with Apple.
And I haven't played that one, so I'm not as familiar.
It's a long trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
It's like
pretty
eight
awesome.
minutes.
Well, the thing is, there was no gameplay before this point, so
Yeah. Well, there it is. Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, I was talking to the guy. They didn't want us filming it, so we couldn't release any footage until now. But now, there you go. There's the posted footage from 2K and Turtle Studios.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Turtle
I
Rock.
definitely want to play that.
there'll be a lot of that on Twitch probably, and people setting
Oh
up.
yeah.
We're gonna have to bring back Midnight Lands. So we'll be here in the middle of the night, exhausted. The monster's coming in. Get away!
The Wolf Among Us, episodes 2 and 3. We talked about the first one last season, and it was awesome. This is the type of thing where, so Telltale's got a few properties going on here. They've had some hits with Walking Dead. I like that Back to the Future game, like we mentioned before. Also on our prior review of this thing.
This guy looks like me.
They've had some misses though, right, with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the one like.
I can't remember if there are any other Telltale games. What about that? Didn't they do that Sam and Max?
Yeah, they
game?
did a couple of Sam and Max
Sam and
seasons.
Max.
Didn't play those 'cause they were
they did like 2 games, 2 episodes on the comic book Bone, but they never really followed up with that. They have a bunch of like CSI games too. They definitely more concentrate on Walking Dead and obviously now Wolf Among Us now. Oh, they also did Tales of Monkey Island. So
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
except
I
for
forget that one every
Jurassic
time.
Park, all those games are like so awesome too. So
All right, so this will probably be quick since, again, we already talked about the first one. We don't need to do the whole graphic sound gameplay rundown. So one thing I can say about this, though, they've got the formula for these games worked out at this point. It's mostly point-and-click stuff, then they throw in an action sequence or two, and then at the end, there's always some kind of plot twist or a hook, so you're like, damn, I can't wait till the next one gets released. So they're stringing you along here, and they've got it broken up in episodes, just like their other games. And the plot keeps thickening with this one. I wanted to cover, because when we were on break was when I actually played the second one, and I think the third one came out, it's not recent at this point, it's been out for a few weeks, but the third one I just got around to playing, and that's what I can say, the plot just keeps on thickening. We want to talk about episode 2. Part of the games too is they've got puzzles and stuff. Like I said, they do break it up with the point and click stuff, but there's some puzzles. In episode 2, actually, there was a couple ones where I was like, okay, what is the game looking for here? What am I supposed to be doing? So the puzzles in episode 2 are a bit interesting, but in this recent one, episode 3, I feel like it's getting a little bit too easy. I don't know, that might be a little bit nitpicky, but it's feeling like I'm just kind of going through, and now, like I said, it's a bit formulaic. I know what to expect, but it is still really good. There's different stuff, like they got the whole, like, you can say different things with your dialogue options, you can do things different way. Well, what I'm wondering, since I haven't played Walking Dead, like, how much does that really, is that gonna, like, have some big kind of impact at the end, or is that just, like, changing the gameplay on the fly?
That's kind of like the whole thing with these games is like the decisions you make definitely impact the story in the end.
So it's gonna be different.
yeah, I mean they have some impact. I mean the overall sum of all the parts, like it doesn't like deviate too much, but it adds its own personal touch to your own, like your playthrough. So like, when I play through this compared to what you play through, the overall arc would unless they completely deviates how Walking Dead season 1 did, but the overall arc should be very similar with like a few different like key differences. Maybe like
Like
you may
how
have
you got
this-
there is
yeah.
going to be a little different.
Exactly. You may be interacting with one character, I may be interacting with someone else based on decisions made earlier. But definitely, I think like the end game like doesn't change too much, at least from because the only season I've completed was Walking Dead, because this one's still ongoing, and Walking Dead season 2 is still ongoing. But if they follow that similar formula, your decisions count, but it's not going to completely change the story around.
Right.
They got this shit on iPad.
They should, because it doesn't look
It'll
like
be a
there's a
matter
lot
of
of
time.
action, right?
Be a matter of time.
Do you
I
just
think.
answer a lot of
Yeah,
questions?
I'm not 100% on that.
This is like the longest cutscene
you
I've
did-
ever
you
seen.
definitely, you definitely could do it on
it's all-
iPad, yeah.
it's
Saw
all
The
point and
Walking
click,
Dead
you
in
know,
the App
that's-
Store.
That's
It's
all
like,
it
better
is.
get
So
this
Yeah, but when other than selecting dialogue options,
you actually
I haven't seen them do
walk
anything.
around. You actually
Yeah,
pick
no,
up and investigate.
there's action,
items.
there's
Oh,
action
okay.
sequences
Yeah.
where it's it's QTEs, but I mean, if you screw them up, it
Honestly,
changes.
QTs is the way to go for action sequences in adventure games because it does mix it
But
up.
Walking Dead's not like this.
Yeah, Walking
You
Dead's also-
shoot at guys.
Yeah, but it's
Oh, you do look around houses a lot. Though,
yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
I only
The
played
shooting
the
is
demo of the
very.
first one.
The shooting is very. What's the word I'm looking for?
You run away a little.
You don't really have any freedom though. It's all like preset what you do. Like it just
Oh.
gives you the illusion
I had a
of
feeling
like,
I wasn't
action.
gonna like this. I don't like that.
Well, they're not. I mean,
I'd rather just watch a movie of this.
Well, you gotta. I
know
mean,
what I mean?
it's like an interactive, definitely like an interactive story. But you just, if you're a fan of the old LucasArts Sierra games, I mean, this is the new generation of them, and you know, I think.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. It doesn't look like one of those games at first
Well,
glance.
obviously no, but it's like it's like playing Super Mario Galaxy and saying, well, this is a new version of
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. It's just an updated. They got to keep current. Keep relevant, to
Sure, and
with
the
audience.
exception here is that this has been adjusted for modern game trends. Like so you don't have the type of thing where I'm missing this one item I need, and if I don't
Yeah.
find it or if I don't combine these things exactly the game wants me to, I'm gonna
yeah.
be stuck.
I mean, that's
indefinitely.
major. LucasArts wasn't bad like that, but that was definitely a Sierra thing. I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked
Oh,
about it
yeah.
before.
Like-
I will say this though with the new games, they don't seem as hard. I mean, they're definitely not, but I think the developers realize it's probably kind of pointless because back then, they made some of those puzzles ridiculous. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you better get the guide. Nowadays, it's like if
I was
you're
gonna
stuck
say
for
that
5
either
minutes, you just go on
try
GameFAQs and there it
every
is.
conceivable thing, or buy the hint book.
Yeah.
So yeah, this game is awesome. The Wolf Among Us. 3 episodes are already out. There's 2 left, so definitely give this one a shot. That is going to do it for this week's episode. Guys, check out our website at GameSlean TV. Follow us on Twitter at GameSlean. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Any other final words?
Nick stinks.
Yeah.
Nick was messing with the script and stuff this week. I don't know. There's going to be, we'll see.
It's gonna be wild.
Someone's going to have to talk to him.
Yeah.
I've got a new review finally on my
Yes, Indie
Website.
Dungeon. Broforce this week.
Broforce. Now that it's out, though, everybody in the world has also done a review, so I'm a little bit late to the game, even though I played the game 6 months ago. But check it out. It's pretty cool. You'll see more of it over here, too.
Next week, I don't know what we're doing. We'll have to pick something.
We'll
But
decide probably 5 minutes before.
I got a few things to suggest. We'll look at something.
guys, thanks for joining us. Keep playing. We'll see you next time on GameSlean.
Nick.